The story starts in 1979, when a group of high school students get together to date. They each say a few words about themselves before picking their partners at random. One of the girls, Lee Young-hee, didn't have high hopes for the meeting, especially with the man she called the fish head because he wore glasses. She didn't really like him, but fate told them that they were meant to be together. The man with glasses is named Dong-moon, and as soon as he sees Young-hee, he falls in love with her. After having such an awkward talk, a patrol from Young-hee's school, Jongyun High School for Girls, came and broke up their meeting. If Dong-moon really cares about her, he takes away her idol and hides her somewhere. At the same time, he was met by a patrol leader who looked very strict and scary. She is Young-hee's teacher, and she comes to class to get the kids in order. Young-hee was hiding behind a cloth, and the teacher almost found him. Dong-moon does his best to keep her safe and hugs her tight. One of the patrol officers told the teacher that the other students were going in a different direction. The teacher then left, and the students were finally free. Young-hee is upset that Dong-moon touched her, but she is also thankful for it. Dong-moon asks Young-hee out on a date in an open way, but, unfortunately, he was turned down right away. A few days later, Young-hee's friends told her that the most popular boy from Jeryong High School for Boys would be at a cultural night event at a church. Young-hee meets Dong-moon when she gets there, but she is still cold to him. Not long after that, Young-hee meets Ae-suk, the leader of a school gang who doesn't like her because of a problem. Young-hee tries to stay away from her and goes into a room to hide. That's when she met Sun-jin, the most popular boy, as her friends call him. Sun-jin helps her stay hidden from Ae-suk, which makes her fall in love with him. Young-hee hears at school that Sun-jin will be at the library in the city center on Sunday. Young-hee still tries to meet him, even though it's far away, because she can't stand the longing. She rides her bike every morning without stopping, but when she got there, she didn't have any more tickets and had to use the girls' bathroom. Dong-moon is very happy to see his idol again in the library. Young-hee comes and talks to him nicely, but it turns out that all she wants to do is trade tickets. Dong-moon has tickets for a mixed room where Sun-jin is studying. Dong-moon doesn't accept the offer right away, but Young-hee is too cute to pass up, so he ends up giving her the ticket for free. Young-hee is happy when she sees Sun-jin in the library. Soon after Young-hee went to the bathroom, Sun-jin left the library, and Dong-moon took his place. Young-hee goes after Sun-jin but doesn't pay attention to her surroundings. As a result, she almost hits a car and falls. Sun-jin saw what was happening and jumped in to help right away. The owner of the car also came and said he was sorry. The car's owner had to leave quickly for an important matter, so he asked his daughter to help. Sun-jin took Young-hee to the nearest pharmacy so she could get some medicine for her wound. Young-hee was taken to a nearby hospital after what had happened. She was shocked to find out that Dong-moon was the person who helped him. But what surprised her even more was that she had been unconscious for so long and had missed the event she had been looking forward to so much. Young-hee runs to school to check, but by the time she gets there, the show is already over. She cries until she finally finds Sun-jin arguing with Hae-ju about how he feels. Sun-jin knows that Young-hee likes him, so he lies to keep her feelings from getting hurt. He told her that it was just a casual conversation about TV shows, and Hae-ju was there to stand in for her. Young-hee passed out not long after her family arrived, and she was taken back to the hospital. That night, no one came to see Dong-moon, so Young-hee's mother went to see him. After he saved Young-hee, he got high fever and had to go to the hospital. Bong-soo knows him from school and says that Dong-moon's parents are busy working overseas. Dong-moon asks the nurse not to tell his parents about him so they won't worry, so no one knows about him. The next day, Young-hee went to see Dong-moon after she woke up. She started crying when she heard that Dong-moon's condition had gotten worse and he was taken to a hospital in Seoul. But it turned out to be nothing more than a mistake. Dong-moon didn't leave, and his health started to get better. Young-hee gives him a grateful hug right away, but then she gets angry when she thinks about how Dong-moon stole her first kiss. Young-hee's mother finally finds out that Young-hee's accident was caused by Ae-suk. She asks the teacher at school very firmly to kick her out because she thinks she is a bad kid. This is how people see her because of rumors about her mother, who is said to like to seduce men. Ae-suk won't say what she did because she didn't set out to do it. After she got in trouble, Ae-suk threatened Young-hee's friends because she thought they were the ones who told on her. Hae-ju tries to tell her that what she did was wrong, and this makes them fight. When Ae teacher Suk saw what happened, she scolded her and said, "You're right. Hae-ju was the daughter of a wealthy family, but Ae-suk was a lowlife," she said. Hae-ju knows that the school teacher is defending her, but she doesn't agree with what he said to Ae-suk. Young-hee's mother makes a special dish for her daughter to eat while she is getting better, but the father didn't like it much because he thought it was a waste. Young-hee's father is an old man who still thinks that a man and a woman are not equal. He cares more about his son because of this. Young-hee's mother knew that, but she didn't have the courage to do anything about it. So, Whenever there is a problem in her family, Yoongi is always someone she can talk to. She is lucky to have an aunt who cares about her and is always there to help her. The aunt was a maid who worked for the family and lived with them. Yoongi's family runs a clothing factory out of their house, so they don't have time to take care of the house. That night, Yoongi fought her father in a brave way. She said he was a very bad person. He never cared about her mother or appreciated her, even though she almost drowned in the lake. She said he was like his brother. Yoongi said that things would be different for his father. Yoongi cries and tells her that she will become an amazing, successful woman when she grows up. When things start to get heated, AE School Suk's teacher comes to talk to her about what happened before. They hope Yoongi's parents will forgive her instead of asking that she be kicked out of school, since she is still a minor. Yoongi's father understands, and if AE Suk will kneel before his daughter, he will forgive her. AE Suk doesn't agree with it and would rather be kicked out of school than do something so humiliating. But Yoongi's father puts AE Life Suk's mothers in danger. He said that he knew people who could get her out of town. Yoongi knows that AE Suk is to blame, but her father is too strict, so she doesn't do what he says. AE Suk doesn't care about her school life, but she doesn't want to ruin her mother's life, which already has a bad reputation. Yoongi tells AE Suk to stand up after she kneels down and says she's sorry. Yoongi realizes that her father did it because he felt bad for her, but he was too proud to say sorry, so he hurt weaker people to hide his mistakes. Haeju finds out at last that Yoongi likes Sunjin. She goes to see Yoongi to tell her that she doesn't like Sunjin and that she hopes their friendship will stay strong. Yoongi goes to check on Sunjin and asks, does he like Haeju? Sunjin said that he was emotionless. Dongmoon walks up to the conversation and politely introduces himself to Sunjin, who is a year ahead of him in school. Dongmoon tells Yoongi that the girl he likes also likes Sunjin, and he came to make sure Yoongi doesn't feel bad. Sun answer Jin's to them, though, is still the same. He doesn't care about Haeju. Yoongi's mother thanks Dongmoon a lot for saving her daughter. She invited him into her house and fed him a lot of different things. That night, Yoongi saw Sunjin visit Haeju in front of her house by accident. Sunjin tells Haeju again how he feels, but she tells him that she doesn't like him. Yoongi thought she had been lied to when she heard that. Dongmoon, who had just come back from Yoongi's house, happened to overhear the conversation and question some lies. Jin's Yoongi is watching him from far away. Sunjin doesn't want to hurt Yoongi's feelings, but Dongmoon thinks that's the wrong thing to do. Dongmoon challenges him to a fight, but his skills aren't as good as Sunjin's, so he loses in the end. Yoongi comes up to Dongmoon, who is sitting in the middle of the bridge and thinking, and acts like she doesn't know what happened. Yoongi cries because she loves someone who doesn't love her back, but she says it's because of problems with her family. Yoongi's desire to be successful is not just a joke. She worked hard in school and got into the top 10 in her class. However, the father didn't think it was a big deal. When Haeju's father doesn't come home for several days without saying anything, things get worse. She begs Youngchun desperately to find out where her father is. Haeju loses interest in school and can't pay attention. Yoongi knows that something is wrong, so she tries to figure out what's wrong with her. Yoongi doesn't run away when she hears about Haeju's problems and finds out that she is the daughter of a dangerous activist. Instead, she wants to help her and be her friend. Youngchun hasn't found Haeju's father yet, but he keeps trying. Rallies. He is the chief of police. He tells his son in a firm voice that he shouldn't do anything with Haeju. The police arrest Haeju's father, but later let him go because they didn't have enough proof. Before Youngchun took him home, he was found unconscious in the station. Sunjin feels bad for Haeju because he knows about the problem and can't help her in any way. People started talking about how Haeju's father had gone missing, and eventually the word got to Haeju's school. People start to avoid Haeju because they think she is a communist child, even though she doesn't know much about her father's business. Until Yoongi got a group project with Haeju, and Haeju came to Yoongi's house to work on the project. Yoongi is surprised to see how kind Haeju's father is despite the /spad rumors being spread. Yoongi believes that they are a good family. Yoongi thinks that Haeju's father is better, even though his own father doesn't respect women. Sunjin feels worried when Haeju's stress level goes up because her father's health is getting worse. This shows that he hasn't been able to forget her. Sunjin comes to Haeju's house to check on her, but she refuses to do so. Sunjin is too embarrassed to tell Yoongi that he still has hope for Haeju. Instead, he says that he came to take Yoongi to a movie as an excuse. Yoongi thinks it's just an excuse, but she can't say no to his offer. Yoongi always thinks about the time she and Sunjin went to a movie. Even though her dream came true, she wasn't happy about it. At the end, Sunjin says goodbye and apologizes for everything. It turned out that Dongmoon kept following Yoongi from a distance all day long. When Yoongi finds out, she gets mad and tells him to stop following her because it's annoying. Dongmoon says that he is just afraid that something bad will happen to her. Those words turn out to be very hurtful to his feelings and he promised not to follow her again. The shocking news comes from Yoongi's father, who has a secret relationship with his maid named Do/Swa. They have lived together for a long time, and Yoongi's father is always sweet to her secretly. Do's husband left her a long time ago, and Yoongi's father's kindness slowly warms her heart. But then she realized that her boss, a woman who was married and had 2 children, had feelings that needed to be protected. Dua decides to move and look for work somewhere else before she hurts a family she loves and respects as much as her own. Yoongi's mother finally found out what was going on. After thinking about how her husband's behavior changed, Yoongi's mother finally thinks that he is having a secret relationship with her maid. She was too ashamed to confirm the news, though, because her husband looked down on her. Since then, she has always tried to hide her sadness by acting happy. Yoongi finds out about Sun moved Jin's to Seoul City too late. Bong-soo forgot to tell her about it even though Dong-moon had reminded him. Yoongi finally understood what Sun Jin meant when he said sorry and goodbye. She cried like she couldn't let him go, though. At school, Dong-moon gets a letter from Sun Jin with his new phone number and home address written in it. Sun Jin hopes that after what happened, Dong-moon will still be his friend. Dong-moon comes to Yoongi's house to teach as usual. When Dong-moon sees how sad his idol is, he has to give Sonu Jin's contact. Yoongi meets Hae-ju when she is confused about her feelings. Hae-ju tells her that love makes people very brave. Yoongi thinks she was brave to meet Sun Jin in Seoul, and she wants to prove, is it because she still loves him or not? Yoongi can't find the address and can't get in touch with Sun Jin. When day turns to night, Sun Jin just gets a call from Dong-moon that Yoongi has come to Seoul to meet him. Sun Jin looks for Yoongi right away, and he finds her just as the city thugs are about to stop him. On the other hand, Dong-moon goes to Seoul City to make sure Yoongi is safe, but the police end up arresting him for staying out past curfew. After what happened, Yoongi had to stay at Sun House, Jin's, which happened to be empty. That night, Sun Jin told her that he moved to Seoul because his parents wanted him to go to school there. Being near Sun Jin didn't make Yoongi happy. Instead, she felt a hole in her heart and couldn't stop thinking about Dong-moon. Yoongi says goodbye to Sun Jin and is going home when she runs into Dong-moon. Yoongi finally finds out that Dong-moon is following her again, but this time she is worried about him. Dong-moon lied when he said he slept at a relative's house last night and lost his glasses. In reality, he was arrested by the police and his glasses were broken when he was taken into custody. Yoongi asks Dong-moon why he gave Sun address Jin's if things are going to turn out this way. Because your heart is broken and I can't stand to see it, she said. Before finally changing the subject, Dong-moon answered. When Dong-moon doesn't show up to teach, Bong-soo tells Yoongi that Dong-moon isn't coming because the school is punishing him for something he did in Seoul, which the police told the school about. Yoongi is sorry. She goes to see Dong-moon to say she's sorry, and then she tells him that as friends, they should look out for each other. Dong-moon says that he only acts that way to understand things, and that what he has done has taught him that things like winning Yoongi's heart are just impossible. Young-chun and Hae-ju are getting more and more close to each other. They are happy to be able to spend time together and slowly start to understand how the other person feels. Yoongi, on the other hand, is still feeling uneasy, but she doesn't know why. Yoongi worries about Dong-moon at school, where he is still serving his sentence. When it rains, Yoongi goes to get him because she can't let her best friend suffer alone. Dong-moon tells Yoongi to go away, saying that coming up to him now will only make him confused. Yoongi screams and drops her umbrella, and Dong-moon is still interested in her. Yoongi wants to show that they can care for each other even though they are not romantically involved. Dong-moon can't say anything, so he just invites her out to eat. Before he does the unexpected thing, Dong-moon is very thankful to Yoongi. Yoongi finds out that her housekeeper has a relationship with her father one day, which makes her very sad. Yoongi really wants to be mad at her, but she knows that she is not the only one to blame. Yoongi is afraid of getting into a big fight if she tells the truth, even though her mother already knows. When Hae-ju's father was arrested again by the police, Young-chun was pulled into the problem because he was thought to have helped his father. Hae-ju works up the courage to go to the police and tell them that Young-chun only helped him find his missing father. Young-chun is let out of jail, but people start saying that he has close ties to local thugs. The principal hears about it and decides to kick Hae-ju out of school for giving it a bad name. The teacher realizes that it was just a misunderstanding, but Hae-ju takes the decision well. Hae-ju knows that the way she is now only makes things harder for the people around her. The teacher at Hae-ju's school thinks that her father has nothing to do with her, but he can't help her and can only tell her to keep studying. Friends of Hae-ju think this is an unfair choice. The situation forces Yoongi to barge into the broadcast room and deliver a farewell message to her. The principal is upset, but the teachers act like they don't know about it as a last way to help Hae-ju, who has been wronged. Yoongi gets in trouble for what she did, and her father is very angry with her. When Yoongi said that her father had been lying and having an affair, no one could say anything. Yoongi's father thinks about what he did, and Yoongi's mother gives Do-hwa some money and tells her to start over. Yoongi's mother knows that Do-ah has been saving money and working hard to get where she wants to go before she leaves the house. Yoongi's mother told her to find a good man and have a pretty daughter like herself. Do-ah cries and says she's sorry for everything she's done wrong. After what happened, Yoongi's father said he was sorry and that he really felt bad about what he had done. Do-ah leaves Yoongi a letter the next day because she has to leave the house early. Do-ah told Yoongi in her note that she was very happy to be living with her, and she left her clothes as a gift. Young-chun, on the other hand, decides to leave the city and start over. He can't stand the people who always have bad thoughts and almost killed a good girl. Hae-ju decides to move in with Young-chun, and she follows him wherever he goes. "Are you sure you won't be sorry if you come along?" Chun-young asked. Hae-ju says that she won't have any regrets about it. When Young-chun saw that Hae-ju was serious, he agreed to start a new life with her. After what had happened, Hae-ju helped Yoongi and Dong-moon pack up her things at her house so she could move out. Yoongi doesn't know Young-chun very well, but she tells him to take care of Hae-ju. They finally left the city after saying their goodbyes. Dong-moon has bought tickets for the two of them to go to the movies so that Yoongi, who is sad, can feel better. Dong-moon says that the ticket is his second way of showing how much he loves her. Dong-moon thinks that Yoongi feels the same way about him if she goes to the movies with him. Not long after that, Sun-jin came to talk to Yoongi about how he felt. He always thinks about Yoongi while he is in Seoul, and he finally figures out that he likes her. Sun-jin says he'll be back in Seoul at 4 p.m. and tells Yoongi she can answer the phone at the station if she wants to. Yoongi doesn't know what to do because both of Dong-moon's movie tickets start at the same time, and she has to decide quickly. Dong-moon goes to the movies with flowers and a lot of excitement. He waited for Yoongi patiently until the staff told him that the movie was about to start. On the other hand, Yoongi showed up at the station to meet Sun-jin. Dong-moon acts happy to hide his sadness while other people laugh and enjoy the movie with their partners. Yoongi shows up at the end of the movie, and it turns out that she was just late. She had trouble finding her seat, so she sat in the front. Yoongi goes to see Sun-jin only to tell him that she is starting to like Dong-moon. Sun-jin doesn't mind that she said no, because he knows that people's feelings change all the time, just like his. The story ends when Yoongi, even though she is shy, accepts Dong-moon's love. Dong-moon is glad that all of his hard work has paid off. On the way, he keeps making fun of Yoongi and making her look stupid.